Hey, what's up? Justin here, and what I wanted to talk about today is trusting yourself. So I wanted to talk about trusting yourself in the context of managing pain and dealing with these deep, uncomfortable emotions that you might be experiencing from time to time, just so you can have a little bit better quality of life in general. So I think the first thing that's important in managing pain is to locate its source. So sometimes it might be for a very obvious reason that you're experiencing pain. So it might be due to some kind of breakup with a relationship or some kind of failure. But sometimes it might just be a sign of the times, and there might actually be no reason that you're experiencing pain, and it's just random, or it's just where you are at your life in that current period of time. So sometimes if you're experiencing this kind of pain and you try to attach it to something external, you try to look for some cause and effect, it can actually be quite negative and create a negative spiral, because you've taken these painful emotions and you've put it onto a relationship that you have, or you've put it onto a project that you're working on, and it creates this kind of negative spiral where sometimes the universe might just actually be calling for your warrior spirit to just be a little bit more of a burden and just wear the pain and understand that it's making you stronger and better and smarter, and think about it a little bit more long term. So the second thing that I think is interesting in this topic of trusting yourself is looking at failure a little bit differently, and maybe attaching less importance to interpersonal relationship failure, or maybe how other people react to you in terms of how you think about that. So it's very tempting, especially if you've got this pure motivation of wanting to help other people and wanting to support other people and create transformative experiences for other people. Your motivation is pure. Maybe you're attaching a little bit too much importance to how people react to you in terms of your success and failure. So a very simple way of looking at this is maybe if you tell a joke to one group of people and it just bombs and it just goes flat and people hate you for that joke, the same joke, when you find your crowd, might just hit really well, make other people laugh, and people will really like you for it. So if you think about your success and failure more as a way of you're expressing yourself, you're expending energy out into the world, you're managing your life in terms of your personal life and your professional life with real integrity. If you're expressing yourself and you're trusting yourself in that respect, eventually you will find your crowd and you will find a place that suits you, and you will experience some kind of success. So it's all relative, and if you think about it long term, it's important and also not too bad to go through both sides of the coin and experience both things. Which ties into my last point. I think the third point here is thinking about things long term. So it's easy to look at other people's judgment and reactions and maybe think other people are smarter than you and all that kind of stuff short term. Whereas if you're thinking long term, and if you're thinking what you want to maybe look back at your life as, maybe yourself in your 80s or 90s or whatever it is, I think most of the time you want to think about yourself looking back as you dealt with most situations with grace. So you dealt with most situations where you were being your true self, you were expressing yourself, and you weren't giving yourself up to the whims of others, and understand that you're playing the long game and you're trusting yourself in this respect here. And that's how you're going to burn in that pain a little bit more, is because you trust yourself playing the long game. If you're experiencing change, it's a little bit harder because you're in new territory. And if you're in new territory, it's a little bit harder because you don't have anything really, any context or experiences to trust yourself on. But here it comes down to understanding that you're trusting your intentions, you're trusting your integrity, the fact that you're a person and that you're searching for inside yourself, and you're trying to express yourself and make other people's lives better, and you're playing the long game. I think those three things tied up in terms of managing pain is going to be really beneficial to you because you've trusted yourself in those respects. So I hope you guys gained some sort of value from this video, and I'll catch you guys next time.